Bahamut Cat has been in the game for the longest time. In version 4.5, his true form became available. And finally, in version 14.2, just last year, Ponos released talents for him. You can go watch many videos on how incredible the talents are, but there was a caveat to obtaining them. Bahamut's journey to talent stage must be beaten first. Hello YouTube. Today I'll be showing my full stage breakdown and personal strategy guide for Bahamut's trial and give 3 of the best takeaway tips. Let's go. Thank you to Mannequin Dragonstack and user 674 for inspiration for the run. If you like incredibly skillful gameplay, go subscribe to them. Both of them have contributed invaluable amounts to the no gacha progression. Anyway, back to the video now. To start, I'd like to break down the stage into 3 main sections: setup, timing, and cycle counting. I will cover every section as quickly as possible. The stage sends out 3 moves with short delay. It will eventually be accompanied by the boss, Awaken Bahamut Cat. As usual, you should just use the money drops to max your wallet and prepare for the next phase. The boss, Awaken Bahamut Cat, has the ability Explosion. He will be the main threat. Note that despite the appearance, no explosion stage actually overlaps hitboxes. Every stage of the explosion attack has a different damage output and effective area. As a result, luring will most likely be your best option, with him having such high damage and reach. Completely avoiding the explosions will leave 1.5 seconds for you to get damage with an attacker. Since they will have to move and complete attacking fully, this window is actually much tighter than it seems. However, a drastic improvement I made was to abuse the 3rd stage's hitbox of the explosion, which I will call null third. Doing the strategy will buy nearly an extra 0.5 seconds. It is an incredible amount of time. This makes the stage much easier, and we will be abusing this for sure. There's also the potential to make Bahamut initiate and miss an attack, so the explosion won't spawn at all. You can absolutely try this, but beware that the timing is relatively narrow. Finally, there is the question about what actual units to bring. Now, fast, high burst, and cost-efficient units are optimal here. A general list of non-Uber candidates that can deal really good damage. Awakened Bahamut Cat has 2 million HP and 12 knockbacks. It is very important to generally understand the damage required and remaining to knock him back. Nobody likes those unpleasant surprises. On top of the multi-explosion things, Bahamut also changes his natural range offset. Awakened Bahamut Cat's movement interval will affect his attack range's positional offset with regards to the distance to the cat base. He moves at 30 units per second, and every time he gets knocked back is 220 units backwards, so that means he will offset by a fairly noticeable amount. You have to be aware of this because your attackers will get slightly harder to time. And, well, finally, the Shibalians spawn every 46 seconds, so always try to have attackers off cooldown for it. The best way to eliminate the Shibalian with Bahamut is to lure and initiate null third on Bahamut. Then our cat units should have ample time to keep the Shibalian at bay. The best meat shields for this are Research Catalyte or cheap, fast meat shields. Remember that Shibalian can warp, so multiple might be required. For attackers, take anything that does great burst damage. Because of null third, Can is also quite a good option now. Now to explain my strategy. The bare bones of it is to clip a friendly Bahamut through the enemy Bahamut during the setup. Then we can clip meat shields throughout the stage for friendly Bahamut to deal with the Shibalians. This removes any need to deal with both enemies simultaneously and is thus very consistent. With enemy Bahamut now alone, we can now implement our new lure strategy and null third. Initiate null third by luring Bahamut very close and chip him down with damage. We always want to use cost efficient attackers here, and Manic Island and Manic Flying are just fit for the job. When suitable, we can also cycle our Bahamut and Maglev for more damage. Here is the catch though. In order to clip meat shields through Bahamut, we must knock him back at a rate that is faster than the Shibalian spawn, otherwise our Bahamut will be stranded and die. The cleanest solution I found was to deploy 5 to 6 UFOs and 4 islands, as it will align better with the cooldowns. As for whether there was enough money, I decided to play an infinite health Bahamut for a while. Considering that I was cycling damage non-stop, it's safe to say that it will suffice for the real stage. Lastly, our Bahamut can be deployed every half cycle of 3 UFOs and 2 islands to knock back the enemy Bahamut. This way, only the 3rd stage explosion damages him, and he will survive and get another hit. We've now accounted for every bit of damage. It is time to show the list. This list shows a complete sheet of damage breakpoints which enemy Bahamut will go to after certain aforementioned attack cycles. I would recommend using this one or creating another one for your own strategy. You'll need to know exactly when Maglev must clip and play accordingly. Lastly, there are 2 RNG elements, which is unfortunate. One is not controllable, but the other one is more so. I usually restarted when Manic Island crit at an unfortunate timing, but I'm sure you could make a sheet of your own to better this. As for the warp RNG, it doesn't actually affect the battle that much, unless you have a different setup or play for longer, so it's actually not that bad. Number 1. Abuse null third. It is completely broken here. This always applies, even when the Shibalian is near. Forfeiting space and using null third is always best. Number 2. Monitor your units and money. Don't push yourself to beat the stage fast. Take your time when necessary, and you should be able to safely cruise. And finally, don't panic. Try to get into your rhythm, and when it's broken, you can pause the game and take a breath. And here the video will conclude. I really hope the strategy guide was helpful, and I really do hope the stage gets more attention with how well null third works in it. I really enjoyed playing this stage and discovering null third, and it was extremely satisfying to beat on version 5.3. Thank you for all the support as well. It gives me motivation to continue challenges like this and to create helpful guides like this one. Stay tuned for the giveaway, and I'll be working on another long form video next. Imagine. Anyway, have a good day.